All right, welcome to Life Extension Live. I'm your host, Dr. Mike, and this is my co-host,
Dr. Crystal.
So we're going to talk about exercise today. Now, listen, this is really cool. We're going to talk about something you probably don't think about too much with exercise. Dr. Crystal, I know you exercise a lot because you're obsessed with everything.
Right. My new obsession or latest obsession is my pedal bike, my work bike.
Oh, wait, okay, wait. That's because on meetings you're always doing this, and people were wondering what's wrong with you.
Yes, it's a great invention. So you sit and you put it under your desk, and you can be on calls, you're typing, and it's a great way to exercise.
Yeah.
It just helps.
And everybody else is going, "What is wrong with her? Why is she not?" So
always give a disclaimer.
Yeah,
right?
but wait, okay. So you're a big exerciser. I do too. I like to swim. You know, my dog Charlie. He's actually been on our show before. We need to have him back on. You know, and I like to swim and walk with him. But let me ask you this. Do you ever think about your lungs? Like we focus on muscle and cardio. What about breathing?
No.
Yeah.
I don't, Dr. Mike. I mean, now, obviously, there are times when I'm doing my pedal bike and I feel like I'm not breathing deeply. Is this really giving me some good cardio exercise?
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Because maybe I don't have the intensity up as much. And so, yeah, my husband thinks I need to do more than just the pedal bike.
Well, I bet Blake does. He's pretty intense too. So, all right. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Today's show is all about how we're breathing, how we're helping our lungs as we exercise, and really how we're helping our lungs just all the time.
Yes, I have another funny story to share about my husband. I have had conversations about my breathing, and I'll give you the context. After I had my 2 kids, I started wearing those body shaper things.
Wait, what?
The body squeezers. It's like a girdle. So I started wearing girdles. And there was a point where my husband was very concerned for me because I would even sometimes wrap up when I was working out. And he was like, "That cannot be good for your lungs."
Oh, because you're restricted.
Because I'm constricting my lungs. So there are conversations about breathing from time to time in my household.
Yeah, but that's what we're going to talk about today. And hopefully, I think at the end of the day, you'll walk away with some good advice because we have a special guest. Hang on. Who's going to help us with the breathing, and ultimately it helps with the exercise, right?
Yes, very true.
Okay, so one of the things we wanted to mention before we bring the guest on is this idea of lung capacity, right?
Yes.
Lung capacity is when you take a big breath in, it's how much your lungs can hold, and for most people, 6 liters or so.
It's about 6 liters, but there are, and that's not going to change. Obviously, there are differences based on someone's size. Like men typically have a greater lung capacity than women. Adults have greater lung capacities than children.
Right.
But on average, adult about 6 liters.
Yeah, and it's not. So we're not. And here's the thing. It's not about increasing that capacity. There's a limitation to that. What it really means is using more of all of those air spaces in your lungs, right? So right now, a lot of us, especially as we get older, you know, maybe when we're exercising, you know, I'm in my 50s, and when I'm exercising, I'm not getting as much airflow as I did when I was 20 or so, right?
Yes.
And so what we're going to work on is breathing techniques that help us to overall kind of build the muscles around the lungs. And maybe instead of it being at 50% lung capacity, maybe I'll get to 70.
Right, yeah. Dr. Mike, that's the idea. And then we can also briefly talk about what can cause you or limit your ability to kind of fill up the lungs. So we do know, obviously, sometimes it's things that we wear.
Yeah, restricted things, girdles.
But also obesity has been linked with kind of a reduced capacity because there's the fat tissue can compress some of the the diaphragm.
People with spinal curvatures and stuff. They can also have some issues with lung capacity. So again, we're not adding capacity. We're just helping people to utilize more of those lung spaces, which means more oxygen. Right.
Thank you.
And that's going to help with everything.
Right. And many people are what they call kind of shallow breathers.
Yeah, most people probably are. That's probably the big category.
Yeah. So how can you kind of take in a nice full deep breath.
So people often ask, when we talk about things like this, how can I measure it, right? We had a show where we did, what was it? Nitric oxide. One of the big questions was, well, how do I measure that? And it's kind of the same answer here, right?
Yeah.
There are ways, there are pulmonologists that can do things to measure total lung capacity and forced volume and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
But that's, unless you have issues, you're most likely not going to get that done, right?
Right.
And here's the general idea. The older you get, your percent of your total capacity that you lose or use drops.
Yes.
That's the key thing.
And again, let's think about what this oxygen is doing in the body.
Everything. Oxygen is good. Three things I learned early on in my doctor career.
Okay.
Oxygen is good. You got to make pee and blood goes round and round. There you go. Oxygen's at the top of the list. That's my MD degree. a lot of money was spent to learn that.
And you got it for free.
All right. So let's move out of how to measure it, and let's talk a little bit about ultimately why all this is important. Strength training of muscles can be impacted.
Yes.
So it's not just the breathing; it's the muscles around, and the stronger those muscles, the better your percent of capacity.
That's right. It all goes back to kind of supporting the capacity. In a study that included moderately obese, middle age, and older men, those who lost an average of 11% of weight experienced a 5% increase in total lung capacity as well. So it's important because obviously we need the oxygen, as Dr. Mike just pointed out.
Number one, it's good. All right, so we're going to bring on our guest. She is Liz Lotz. She is an NASM certified personal trainer and certified Orange Theory fitness coach. She's also becoming a registered dietitian to help other endurance athletes perform at their peak. Liz, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on. Real quickly, we're excited because we're gonna learn from you how to breathe.
Yes, you will.
Right?
We love it. I'm excited about demos.
Yeah. Eddie, so you heard our intro there, right? Is there anything you kind of want to add to that about lung capacity, about the muscles before we actually get into the demo?
Well, I would just say exercise in general is going to strengthen your muscles all throughout your body. And that if your muscles are stronger, they're fitter, then it's less of a workload on your lungs to function and make these muscles move.
Yeah, good point.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have about 5 or 6 different breathing techniques that you're going to teach us. I know the first one on the list was something called pursed lip breathing. What does that do for us?
Well, so this is going to help just kind of bring more air into your lungs with one breath. So you're holding those airways open longer so that more air can come in. And just sort of all of these exercises are going to strengthen your breathing muscles, which we can kind of go through one by one.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Show us what pursed lip breathing looks like, and then we'll try it.
Yeah, so this one's very easy. So you just want to sit up nice and tall.
Oh, you were right. Sit up tall.
Body. Yeah, good posture. Start there. All right.
Not like this.
So you're going to keep your mouth closed. Inhale through your nose. Big breath in. Big, slow breath in. Purse your lips like you're doing, like you're going to kiss someone, or like that duck face that everyone likes to do on social media.
I gotta start over. You made me laugh. I gotta start over.
Then let it out through those pursed lips. Slowly. It should take twice as long to exhale as it does to inhale.
I'm whistling.
That may happen. Let's try it. Pursed lips. Come on, Crystal. Pursed lips.
I think you're supposed to relax too. You look tense. I know. What is this?
I'm trying to be
Trying
a
too
smart
hard.
student.
I know. She's like,
Okay.
Try it again.
Too hard.
wait, no.
If it helps, you can close your eyes and relax.
That may help because Dr. Mike is distracting me.
Distracting. Yeah. Nope, didn't help.
All right, so that's first. It's going to take some practice. Well, I will tell you right off the bat, Liz, when I kind of did that, and you're saying take a big breath through the nose slowly, there got a point where I was kind of like, that's about it. You know what I mean? I felt that. Do you? Well, you're younger, so you probably didn't feel it, but
I felt it some.
yeah. So if I'm doing this kind of stuff and learning and practicing, I should be able to take, maybe a little later, a bigger breath even, right? That's the whole point.
More air, right? Exactly. And just take your
All right,
time.
what's the next one?
Out.
Yeah. What's the
Belly
next one?
breathing is the next one.
All right, tell us about that.
So this one's probably the most popular and common that you'll see, but this is great for. I would say it's really good for people with COPD and any tension. It's going to help that diaphragm. It's also called diaphragmatic breathing. So we're strengthening the diaphragm, which is your primary breathing muscle. So to do this, you're going to put one hand on your bottom belly. You can't see mine, and then one hand right at the top of your chest. So again, close your mouth, close your eyes if you need to. Take a big breath in through your nose and notice your belly expanding into your hand. Feel that hand.
So I wanted to do that.
Yeah, you want your belly to expand here at the top. Once you feel like you've gotten as much air in as you can, contract your ab muscles. So squeeze those ab muscles and then let it out through your mouth and you'll feel that belly fall. Slowly. Again, take twice as long to exhale as you do to inhale.
Well, I tell you, that one, it feels like it's relieving stress.
Maybe a little dizzy.
Well, and you're also touching yourself, so this kind of gives you that connection and grounds you a little bit with your hands on your chest, right? So you're feeling that movement and you're connecting to that breath.
Yeah, it's relaxing. That was very relaxing.
Was really nice. Okay, what's next?
I'm kind of sleepy now. So that, go ahead, Liz.
Oh, I was just going to say, this one's great too. It's kind of a secret ab exercise as well. So a lot of people, honestly, you're looking for a six pack. Belly breathing, not a bad idea. It's definitely working those abdominal muscles, especially if you're contracting, actively squeezing them.
I have to tell my son, my 5-year-old's all about trying to get abs.
Well, listen, I gave that up years ago. At my age, no, I just, no, it's not going to worry about it. All right. The next one was rib stretch. I thought that said straight. Rib stretch breathing. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so this one, so now you worked the diaphragm a little bit. We worked the belly. So now we're moving up a little bit, and we're going to hit the intercostal muscles around your rib cage. So these are also important breathing muscles, and we're going to stretch those out so that they're contracting and relaxing more efficiently with every breath. So this one, you can't really see me, but you're going to wrap your hands around your rib cage like you're giving yourself a hug. Right? Hands on the sides of your ribs. And same idea, we're going to take a big breath in through your nose, hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, and then release through your mouth. Close your eyes, relax, big inhale, hold it at the top, and then exhale slowly. Ooh, that looks good.
Well, one of the things that when doing this with you, Liz, I realize I want to breathe out quickly all the time. And part of this is controlling that a little bit and going slower into the peak, slower out. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. This is all about breath control. And when you're controlling your breathing, you're controlling those muscles that you use to breathe. So that's going to strengthen them.
Let's go like this. Everybody watch Crystal. That's good. Good job.
Yeah.
So that's rib stretch breathing. Okay. This one's interesting. Alternate nostril.
Yeah. This one requires a little bit more coordination. Okay. So hopefully we can do this. But this is my favorite one because it's so beneficial. So many good things with this one. So you're going to use these 2 fingers, your ring finger and your middle finger.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. What?
Got it.
What hand? Does it matter?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's it. All right.
Like this.
Ring finger, middle finger. All right, so place
Okay,
those
done.
between your eyebrows, and then you're going to use your right thumb, same thumb, to close your right nostril. And then take a big breath in through that nose, into the left nostril. As you're holding, you're going to take that ring finger down to your nostril, release your thumb, and now exhale through the right nostril.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I did the same nostril.
This is really cool.
I got to start over.
Harder.
I think this is a brain exercise.
Yeah, let me see you do it, Liz. Let me see how you do it. Okay, so she's covering the right, and then the ring's gonna go to the okay, there it is.
And then release, close, exhale.
Okay, all right, let me try that again. So it's in one, out the other. Okay.
You're going in through the right, out through, in through the left, out through the right.
Now, so what are the benefits of alternating the nostrils?
So obviously there is some coordination here, but it does tap into a spirit. It has like a spiritual component to it, because this is actually, it's practiced in yoga a lot, this alternate nostril breathing. And I actually learned this from my triathlon coach years ago, and it helped with my swimming. So it has a 2020 study actually showed that if you practice this nostril breathing, 5 to 10 minutes every day for 4 weeks, it had a positive effect on respiratory function. So I think that's probably why my coach taught it to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And again, it does have that spiritual connection too, because you're hitting, this is a meridian pressure point right between your eyebrows. That's why they practice it in yoga. When you tap into those pressure points, you're releasing tension all throughout the body. So it does.
I like it. That was a good one. Once we learned that, you could even do this. All right, so let's go into the last one that you have listed here, and that's equal breathing.
Yeah, this one's also called boxed breathing. And honestly, Navy SEALs use this. It's great for calming your mind and giving you focus. It really improves your focus because you have to count out your breathing. And so when we count, sometimes that calms us down. It does bring our attention to the present moment where we have to count something. We're putting a lot of focus into it. So it does calm your mind and improve your focus.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay.
Yes.
Very easy. You can do this lying down, sitting up, it doesn't matter. But you're just going to breathe in 4 deep breaths, or counts. Don't say 4 breaths. That's the wrong thing to say. But count 4 times as you breathe in.
Okay.
4 counts in, hold for 4 counts, and then let it out for 4 counts. So that's the box that you're creating, right?
4, hold 4, out 4.
In 4.
Why do I want to do this with my hands? We're not supposed to do that? Okay.
I don't know. Whatever helps you to breathe better. The hands are sometimes involved.
That's
All right, I'm going to try this. And it's in the nose, out the mouth.
Yes, always.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they use this in yoga too sometimes, but in yoga, you're going to inhale and exhale through your nose because they like to keep the heat in the body if you're practicing yoga, but normal people, otherwise, exhale through your mouth.
All right, those of you watching, how are you feeling?
Dizzy.
Which one is your favorite? Post it in the chat.
Don't say dizzy.
That's actually a really calming one. Yeah, it's like the double breath one.
I think all of these. I am officially calm. And let's see.
And that's hard to do.
Can I go home?
You're
now?
calm. Yeah. So again, let's real quickly, Dr. Crystal. I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
You're going to demonstrate real fast. All of them again. Here we go. Liz, you got to grade her.
All of them? Okay, let's go.
Liz is going to grade you. Hold on. Where did you put all that stuff? Okay, here we go. So Liz, you take a look and see how she's doing. All right, the first one we did. Pursed lip breathing. Go.
Duck lips.
Good.
Very good. Okay, all right. Number 2, belly breathing. Belly breathing.
Hands on your belly. Hand up here. Out. Contract your muscles.
That's
There
key.
you go. Yeah. And in about
Next.
3 years, you'll have a six pack.
Next, no, I even remember the next one.
Rib stretch breathing.
I have a little obstruction, but I'll get my hands around me. Okay.
You got to hold that one. Hold that one.
Hold it. Yeah,
Remember?
10 seconds.
5 to 10 seconds, she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. And you can work up to that. That's a long time.
Very good.
Okay, and then we did this one.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Alternate nostril
Thumb.
breathing.
On one nostril. Remove the thumb, this finger, out the other
There you
nostril.
go. Yeah.
And then the last one was the 4, the box, right?
The
4,
equal
4, 4.
breathing or the box. Yeah.
4, 4, 4.
4, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. Here you go. So Liz, how'd she do? Give her an A? Yeah.
Absolutely. A plus.
Yeah, she likes that. She likes the A's. So let me ask you, so what do we do with all this? Like, do we do all of these? Is
Good
there,
question.
like, how do you instruct people? Like, is it depending on what they're trying to accomplish? How do you help with that?
Yeah, so I would say it depends on what they need. Like we said earlier, that belly breathing, that diaphragmatic breathing, better for people who have COPD. If you're doing rib stretch breathing and the box breathing, they require holding your breath in for a period of time. That may not be good for someone who's pregnant or has high blood pressure, low blood pressure, because you don't want to hold the breath. But it just kind of depends on the person. Ideally, we would practice these daily. And for at least 5 minutes, but you want to build up to that because it is overwhelming to think I'm just going to sit and breathe for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's a very long time to just be with your breath. If you're good at meditating, maybe this, you dive right in, but the average person, you might want to build up to it. Start with a minute.
Very good. Liz Lotz, an NASM certified personal trainer and certified Orange Theory fitness coach, about to be an RD
Yes.
to continue helping people like athletes perform at their peak. Thank you so much, Liz, for coming on today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. It was so much fun.
Hey, so don't forget, we go live every Wednesday at 12 noon. But before I say that, we should let them know about the article.
Yes, there's an article that Liz wrote.
Yeah, that's
At
right.
lifeextension.com/breathing.
There you go. Life
And
Extension.
you'll find all of the exercises that Liz showed us today, and hopefully you can practice them and make it a routine.
And now I'll remind you that we go live every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Time. We'd love for you to join us. Hit that interested button so they get reminders,
That's
right? When we're about to go live.
Or ring the bell.
Or ring the bell. Yeah, that's great. I'm Dr. Mike. This is Dr. Crystal. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.